Hello everyone, this is The Lock, and this is the Skeptic Wars podcast where I talk about some of my favorite stories found on the Skeptic Wars blog. Alright, first one is Anti-Government Patriots gather near scene of Nevada ranchers dispute over cattle grazing. This is by the Southern Poverty Law Center's Hate Watch blog. And this is about Cliven Bundy, that huge dispute that between Cliven Bundy and the federal government over grazing rights over some public land that's uh, environmentally protected because there's a endangered tortoise on that land, and also there's some taxation issues too as well, and Bundy apparently Bundy claims that he has every right to go and use that land and not pay taxes on or fees or whatever to use that land, and he's been doing that for about the past 20 years now. But last week, he's basically the feds finally had enough, and they went out there and basically they rounded up any cattle they found on the public land. And by the way, it wasn't just his cattle; it was other people's cattle as well, but it was mostly his. And this attracted a lot of militia type people, a lot of extremists, shall we say, and people in the sovereign citizen slash patriot movement groups that are basically don't think the government technically even exists. Well, most of them believe that the government exists. They just don't believe that they have to obey the government and that they have to obey the laws. And a lot of them were coming out there, and I think a lot of them were anticipating just going out there and kind of starting a second civil war. And it didn't happen. The government rounded up as many cattle as they could. They finally said that there were some safety concerns, and they ended up leaving. But they got a good portion of Cliven Bundy's cattle that were on public land. Now they didn't go onto his land, the property that he owned, and take his cattle. They just only took the cattle that was on public land. But this got a ton of attention, and it got like, I don't know. It could have been in the hundreds. It could have been in the thousands, like what Alex Jones is claiming. So obviously, it's probably more likely in the hundreds because, um, Alex Jones is a liar. But there probably was at least a few hundred militia type people that went out there. But the federal government went out there, took as many cattle as they could get from the public land, and then they left because of safety concerns. Now, what the safety concerns were, I don't know. Maybe the safety concerns were from threats of militia members and patriots, and, well, I would like to say false patriots and sovereign citizens, or maybe there was a legitimate actual threat, some kind of something out there that may have been basically threatening to hurt them. Maybe there was something about land, I don't know. But the roundups ended. The federal government, I believe, is left by now. So this is pretty much just all over for now. Alright, next one. Watch out for heartbleed password change phishing emails. And everybody, I'm pretty sure you all know about the heartbleed fall that's apparently been affecting other people's emails allegedly. I've already changed my email passwords. And apparently there's now fake emails going around to people's apparent to some to people, and they're actually phishing phishing emails, and said basically what it is that it's from companies requesting users to change their passwords and to click on, and apparently just to click on a link to do so. Well, if it's something that's requesting to click to change your password, what I would do is get out of the email, delete that email. If you have some sort of virus thing, scan, if you have like a virus scanner on your computer, which you really should have. I've got McAfee myself, but anything but Norton would do, because apparently Norton sucks. But do a virus scan and see if you've got anything on your computer, because sometimes even just clicking on the email can leave you with something on your computer. And if there's not, don't worry about it. I mean, if you want to change your password, don't change it through that email. Change it through the website itself. Go to the website and change it through there. Alright, next one. Clinton shoe thrower, apparently conspiracy theorist obsessed with Aurora shooter. As probably many of you know, there was this woman on Thursday night. Well, not this Thursday, last Thursday, actually, that threw a shoe at Hillary Clinton when she was making an appearance at Las Vegas, a conference in Las Vegas. And it turns out this woman is maybe a tad bit off in the head. Apparently, well, obviously she threw a shoe at the former First Lady and former Secretary of State, so obviously she's probably off in the head. She's a conspiracy theorist who is obsessed with Aurora, Colorado shooting. As you all know, is the 2012 Aurora movie theater shooting. This woman was actually removed from the courtroom because she interrupted when the shooter's court appearance. And apparently, and why she actually attacked it, Hillary Clinton, I don't know, maybe only she knows. But fortunately she did miss. She missed Hillary Clinton, because apparently shoes, as George W. Bush once found out on a trip to Iraq, they don't make good throwing projectiles. Okay, people. I mean, I'm glad she missed. I'm glad she didn't hit Hillary Clinton, but I think this woman, I think she's got some mental issues. hopefully she gets some help now. I mean, well, that's it. That's all I got. I mean, hopefully she'll get some help with whatever mental issue she has, and maybe hopefully she'll never do something like this again. All right. Does Tuesday's blood moon eclipse signal the end times? And this is about John Hagee, Pastor John Hagee, big time televangelist. He says that the first of 4 blood moon eclipses that's going to be happening this year, and one's already happened, will mark the end of times. And let me just say this. No, it won't. Okay, there's been other times when this has happened. And you know what? These end of the world prophecies and predictions, they don't ever come true. They never come true. Okay, remember the 2012 Mayan end of the world prophecy? Guess what? Didn't happen. And by the way, the Mayans never said the world was going to end in 2012, and even if they did, it wouldn't matter anyways. Or the 2011 rapture prophecy by Harold Camping. Or how about all the stuff for 2000? There's been so many end time prophecies that really, I don't even know why news media, outside of maybe alternative media, would give any of these people who make these end time prophecies any attention whatsoever. Alright, next one. Anti-vaccine lies. Peanut oil and vaccines. So apparently, the anti-vaccination cult is now beginning to say that they're putting peanut oil, that vaccine makers are putting peanut oil and stuff like that into vaccines. And by the way, if vaccine makers were putting peanut oil in vaccines, there would be a very good reason why. Okay? So really, even if they were putting peanut oil in vaccines, there would be no reason to worry about that, unless of course you're actually allergic to peanuts, in which vaccine makers would most likely make an alternative to the peanut oil vaccine. And secondly, they're not putting peanut oil in vaccines. I don't even know why in the world these people are making up these lies, but heck, I mean, these are people who've made up so many lies about vaccines. They've said that they're unsafe. That's not true. They say that there's fetuses in vaccines. That's definitely not true. Basically, let's just say this. If an anti-vaxxer says something about vaccines, chances are really, really good it's not true. And if someone like Mike Adams says something about vaccines, then it's definitely not true. Okay? Alright, the Demon Debunked. Now, this is about a picture that was a pretty grainy picture that was taken from a hospital camera, showing what looked like what some people said was either a demon or an alien over a person, just a little bit before they died. As it turns out, it's not a demon or an alien. It's actually just multiple objects. It's one's like a handrail, another one's a coat hanging up, and another one's this person's leg. The fact is, this isn't a demon. This is just our minds playing games on us. We're trying to make sense of an image that we're seeing through something that's not crystal clear. And I guarantee you, if this picture was taken on a camera that could take pictures that were crystal clear, there would have been no controversy. We would have just seen, we would never have seen a demon. We would have seen just several objects that, with a crappy camera, would look probably like something that looks like a demon. Alright, the final one is Alicia Silverstone's son has never had a drop of medicine. Alright, Alicia Silverstone, as you all know, is the 1990s actress. She's been like a lot of movies, throughout the 90s and the early 2000s, and she has a 3-year-old son named Bear, because apparently that's what celebrities do. They give their kids really weird names. And she has said that her son has never had a drop of medicine or ever been vaccinated, and he's never been sick. Apparently he's never been like really sick. Well, and she also says that his body is super clean, healthy machine, and apparently, from what I understand, she's like basically just isolating the kid and not letting him get out into the real world. And once this kid starts going to like school and everything, he's probably going to be sick a lot, because he's never had any like modern medicine or seen a doctor or gone to like gotten vaccines or anything like that. So I feel really bad for this kid, and I feel really bad for anyone who goes and listens to this woman. I mean, they're potentially going to do something. If you listen to this woman and take her advice to heart and actually do what she says or do what she does, you're probably going to end up having one sick kid. Alright, so that's it for this podcast of Skeptic Wars. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time, and Happy Easter, everyone. See ya.